I think everyone knows why we're here, but I was super excited when I got it looks so pretty. I told you like back a couple of months ago, like y'all social media, the color scheme is A1. So do you want to introduce yourself, talk a little bit about like who you are, where you went to college, and what do you like to pull up?
Yes, so I'm Britt. I am from Michigan. My brother Brandon is also my co-founder, along with his girlfriend Jane, who is the game designer. Basically, we're all in New York. Pandemic. I'm in the theater background, so I'm a theater actor primarily. That was completely shut down, of course, from pandemic. So basically, it was just home chilling, had nothing to do, watching Insecure as I always do, obsessed. And me and Brand would just like, after every episode, we would like FaceTime and chat and text with each other about what was going on and talk about the episode and talk about Issa and her life. And we were like, this is dope. Like, we've been having really good conversations about Black lives, about millennial lives, about big city lives. How can we kind of like keep this going past, this season of Insecure? So we kind of just, started thinking of different ideas. And at first it was all centered around Insecure. And we kind of moved beyond that and just decided, let's just have questions where we can help people have good conversations and start asking the awkward things people don't want to ask and get vulnerable, get in their feels. So that's really how Hella Awkward started, which is so exciting. I can't believe it's finally here. It's so insane. But yeah, but beyond that, I am also a Spartan. So I went to Michigan State.
Oh, okay.
So go green, go white. So I did not go to an HBCU, but I love HBCU life. And I think if I could go back, I might go to an HBCU at this point. Like, I feel like it's so lit. I kind of missed out on that experience. So I'm jealous of that. But yeah, I'm a Spartan. And yeah, now I'm just living in New York and enjoying my life in this new venture of business, which is wild.
That is amazing. I see someone in the comments, love it. We love it too. By the way, a small aside, if that's my good theater talk. Insecure, I feel like the most arguments I've had during quarantine were after watching episodes of Insecure. Like, that's when people hop on Zoom meetings. Clubhouse wasn't a thing then, I don't think, but
yeah.
And we would just get into it, to your point about all the topics, etc. And
yes.
Then point about not going to an HBCU. I see some folks in the chat, HBCU love. Feel free to shout out school in the chat. You went to a big state school, so I went to the University of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Go Dogs,
nice.
Red and black. And so one thing that a lot of people are like, oh, is this an HBCU game? And I'm like, this is a Black collegiate game. Pull up cards for anyone who's had a Black collegiate experience.
Right,
so
right.
You could have went to an HBCU. You could have went to a WI. You could have taken more than 4 years to graduate like me. You could have graduated early or not graduated at all.
Right.
Game is still for you.
Amazing.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I'm pulling up.
Hey!
What you sipping on?
So, another aside, I am taking a little bit of a break.
Okay.
Just the month of May. However, I do want to plug A Taste of the Culture for sending me this bottle. A Taste of the Culture is a Black subscription box featuring Black-owned spirits in different brands.
Ooh.
So tequila came in their box last month, Tolero Tequila, which means that it's Black-owned. And then Charismatic Creations, which is also based in the DC and located at the gift shop. That mixer came with it. And then this awesome, like, I don't know it's called seasoning, but what you put on the roof of your drink. So
yeah.
drinking, I would be drinking from the Taste of the Culture.
Very nice. Always love Black-owned anything.
Yeah.
Supporting, so I have to try that out.
Yes. Okay. And I see people dropping handles in the chat too.
Yeah.
So before we get into playing your card game, just want to know what is one thing about your business or one success that you'd like to pull up to?
Oh, there's been so many. Just creating it alone has been an incredible success. I mean, finding a manufacturer and actually like sitting down, making the questions, and doing that with my brother and then with his girlfriend also joining in has been incredible because me and my brother have always been really close, but it just has been so nice to like build something together from complete scratch and see it actually grow and see other people get interested in it and want to play and want to support. So I think that's been like the most successful and most rewarding is like seeing us as siblings have a chance to build something together. And, you know, everyone always talks about like generational wealth. That's so important. So just knowing that we are helping, you know, our family's legacy grow and continue by doing this together. So I think that's amazing and exciting. And I will pull up to that.
Yes, that, pull up to that. It's bad to pull up to water, but it's okay. I'm going to cheers on that one.
I got some water too, so I'm with you. Staying hydrated.
And so I didn't give you this question in advance, but I am curious, and I love that you're so close with your brother, and you're also involved in the situation. If there's one thing that you didn't pull up to, but maybe you'd have to pull out about, like what was one barrier you weren't expecting or one pickup that you experienced along the way?
I mean, I think the biggest thing was the global shipping has been a nightmare and trying to figure out how to get product into the United States was insane. Like that was the hardest part. You know, when we started our pre-orders and our pre-launch, we built up this really great momentum. We were so excited. We had started posting on IG and people were like, yes, how do I, you know, get this game? And we were so excited about it. And just kind of those delays, that was the biggest like, oh, like we just wanted it to happen as fast as possible. So that kind of slowed things down a bit, but it gave us also an opportunity to like perfect other things and like get other strategies together and build some other relationships with other, you know, Black owned businesses. So of course there's always good, you know, which is when you're in the moment, you're like, oh damn, like I'm ready to get this game out. Like, let's go. But now it's out, now it's here. People have it, you have it. So, but that was definitely the biggest, like, ooh, child.
It feels so great. Like the packaging is just A1, like the car. I can't wait to play it. And so how did it feel after going through all of that with global shipping? How did it feel for the cards to finally arrive?
Oh my gosh, it was the best feeling ever. I just posted today a little snippet on our Instagram when we finally got the boxes in. You know, we're doing everything out of my brother's little studio apartment in Brooklyn. And so we were like nervous about all of these boxes coming into his building. Like, how are we going to actually get these boxes into your apartment? But we figured it out. We got them in. We cleared out his closet. We donated stuff to Goodwill. And we had to just make room for all these games. And so once we did, we opened up the box and it was just like, a wow, like we did it. It's here. I can't believe it. Can't wait to get these out.
Pull up to
Seriously, pull up to that.
Mm-hmm. And I pray that y'all had an elevator. I know in New York, it's oftentimes just stairs.
Yes. We were lucky. Thankfully, we had an elevator. We had a little cart. We were pushing it down the hallway.
See, those
are
funny. Able to, you know, get in place before
right.
They arrive. So, pros and cons.
You gotta do what you gotta
do. Last question before we play a few rounds of Hella Awkward Cards is what's next for your business? Like, what can we expect and how can
Yeah, so you can of course stay tuned if you subscribe to our newsletter and just head to hellaawkward.com, and we're going to be updating our website and adding like a how to play video and sort of like background on us, the founders. So that's going to be coming soon. We also just launched an Amazon store. Ooh. So exciting. I can't believe we're Prime. So you can get Fridays in a couple days. So you can definitely head over to Amazon and go and leave reviews if you've already played it. That is so helpful for us. And we're also going to have our product in a store in Philadelphia very soon. Ooh. So it's going to be in a game cafe, which we're going to be announcing on our Instagram soon as well. So if you're in Philly, you can go and play it in person and enjoy a cocktail.
That's amazing. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to partnerships, Amazon, all of those are amazing moves. And like you said, like that time in between allowed you to be like, okay, where else can we lean into strategy and get ready for what's next?
Absolutely. It's so helpful to have that time to do that. So yeah.
So the moment we've been waiting for, let's play. And I'm gonna defer to you. Since we're on IG Live, how would you like to play? Should we have people answer in the chat? I can answer.
Oh, that's exciting. So I would, since we both have it, we can each take turns picking a card at random, and then both of us can answer. And then people in the chat, you can also answer. We can kind of, if you have follow-up questions, that sort of thing, that would be fun. So basically it's easy. You pick a category, you pick a card, everyone answers. 4 categories: real talk, dating, relationships, and sex. Ooh. And you get 1 skip card. That's the key. So you have 1 opportunity to skip the question. Other than that, we encourage people to have the conversation.
Ooh, okay. Who goes first?
How about you go first?
Okay, I'm like, which of these would be the easiest to answer on IG Live with so many new people? Okay, I'm going to choose the real talk category, which is yellow, but we'll see. Okay, real talk. What was your spiritual background as a child, and how does it impact your life today? That's
Yeah, I love that question. So I'll answer first, and then
yes,
go ahead and answer. Okay, so my spiritual background, I grew up Christian, going to church as a kid every Sunday, sometimes on Wednesdays for Bible study, super involved in like the choir and praise dance, and I was an usher, and I did hospitality, and I did all of the things, and I loved it. I had so much fun. As I've gotten older, my spirituality has expanded to be less about religion and more so just about sharing love and sharing energy and just being supportive of people and just loving of all people and all of their backgrounds, rather than just sticking to like a specific religious background. But I think all of those teachings that I learned in church definitely are still with me. Just treating your neighbor with respect, and standing up in front of a church and being able to sing a solo, those things that always, they're with me. They're a part of who I am. And so I'm so appreciative of that background. So yeah, I think now it's less about religion and more about just being open and spiritual and thinking about every person with love.
I love it. I love it. And so should I answer next, or should I wait for your card?
Okay. Yes, you should answer the same question.
Okay, I really love this question, actually. I feel like this could be really great on a first date, because you know that they say you shouldn't talk about on a first date.
Exactly.
So my spiritual background as a child, I think this context is helpful. So my family is from the Caribbean. They're from Haiti and Jamaica. And in Jamaica, oftentimes you will find that the faith people practice is Catholicism, or in Jamaica, it's the Anglican Church, so Episcopal Church, which is basically a variation of the Catholic. Right. So I grew up having to dress up for church every Sunday. Think about what you would wear to Christmas Sunday service. I had to wear that every Sunday. Very ornate inside. I remember I was an acolyte, so I helped with the candle lighting and ringing of bells and things like that. And the church was walking distance from my grandma's house. So my aunt, she used to drive us when I used to live in Connecticut. And then sometimes we would just walk to church. And so today, I feel like that impacts my life in that I am still religious. I still identify as a Christian, and I choose how I want to practice. So doing in person, I would try my best to go to church.
Right.
But now there's church on TV. I'm not in as much as I should, but I still say my prayers, thank God. And when I'm feeling nerves, God is the first person that I go to just ask to, just to bring the good vibes. So that's Love that question.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's why COVID kind of helped show people like, oh, okay, you don't have to necessarily be in a church, even though that's amazing to have that place to go. But you can also praise and worship in your house.
Yes.
Only live there.
When the song comes on that you don't know, that's the thing. Like, because I went to an Episcopal church, we had these red books that gave us all of the hymnals and word for word. It was okay to read it, but in the Black church, no. So I don't really know all of the songs. So
Gotcha.
It's a little awkward. I've leaned into it over time.
Yeah. Amazing. See, I learned so much about you. Who knew? All right, so I'm going to pick one. I'm going to stick with real talk.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so real talk. Define love.
Oh my gosh.
You're first.
Okay. Define love as I look at my significant other. So the cliche in me wants to say, like, you know, start singing Lauryn Hill, love is patient, love is kind, and Bible verses.
Of course.
But I think that, wow, I've never answered this question for myself. I think that love is a feeling that's kind of indescribable. And even though I think there are different types of love, there's agape love, the love of God and his love for you, or her love for you. And then, you know, there's the love that you might have for your friends, etc. When I think about family love, etc., is different than relationship love. But one thing I will say is, like, when it happens, like, it hits you hard and you know it's there. And I feel like when I really know I'm in love is, like, of all the things that get on my nerves, I love you, so I'm able to hang on and be more empathetic. I feel like my partner probably thinks I'm giving a political response, but I would love to hear you answer that question.
I think that's a great answer. And of course, there's no wrong or right. You know, it's all about how you feel. But yeah, I agree. I think there's definitely, you know, there's different types of relationships that bring forth different things within love. But I think for me overall, something that I've discovered is love equals freedom, which for me is like the freedom to just truly be your authentic self and always be accepted and loved, being encouragement, and love being seen. So I think it's really just a freedom of self-expression and knowing that the people around you who really love you are going to be there, are going to stand up for you, have your back, encourage you, support you. And yeah, I think that kind of encapsulates it for me.
Love is freedom. I love that.
Thanks. All right, your turn.
Okay. All right.
Somebody said not that Portia's life was love.
Make see that she is free. She
right. She a little too free. Okay. Hilarious.
Okay, let me not take a peek. Okay, so I did real talk. Let me go to, okay, so in your opinion, I know there's a dating category and relationships category. Dating might be, like, you would say, a significant other, and relationships could vary from, like, family, friends, anyone.
I would say relationship, it leans more towards like a significant other, but you can definitely still play. You can like, I'm single, I can still be in my hypothetical self, whereas you obviously have a significant other and you can talk about your actual, you know, experience. And dating is something that I am using a lot in my dating life, as I am using this game to do a lot of forced questions to get to know people.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So if you're single, okay, you need to go get this game.
That distinction helps a lot. Also, by the way, shout out to Lyrical Pursuit in the chat. Another card game.
Absolutely.
Y'all, if you want to hop on here with us, feel free to request to join. But in the meantime, based on that context, I'm gonna go ahead and pull I'm gonna pull a relationship card.
Go for it.
Okay. All right. Would you marry someone with opposing political views? I got a really short and quick answer for that, but I'm gonna let you go.
Right? Like, I feel like before Trump, people might consider things, you know, a little differently, but now in a post-Trump life, it's just a hard no. Like, opposing? Absolutely not. No, it's just too crazy out here. Like, one person is thinking, okay, it's this trickle down economy, and somebody is thinking something else. Like, it's just not going to work. Like, how are you going to coexist in a world where your inner self and your inner beliefs are clashing? I just don't think it's going to work. But what do you think?
No. And once again, I feel like, okay, so do you watch The Bachelor?
I don't. I've been missing out.
Don't watch it. But, the high level theme, and you know, if Matt James, the first Black Bachelor, ever wants to come on here, would love for you to join. He went to Wake Forest, so he's a Black alum.
Oh, amazing. Okay.
However, he chose a girl. I don't know if they have, you know, varying political views, but you know, she was going to plantation parties in college. So my thing is, that not come up before you decided to choose her out of 30 women. So it's another aside of this conversation, but I think it's like there's just certain things where it's like, let's talk about race. Let's see what you talk about politics. Just certain things. It's non-negotiable. So.
Absolutely, and that is one of them. Who's going to plantation parties? What?
Not us, but
right. That didn't sound like no fun time. Not for me.
Not at all.
Someone said, "How are you going to date somebody and storm the Capitol?" See, that's too much. All right. I am going to, should we get a little scandalous? Are you ready for a slight scandal? Okay, I was thinking of a sex question. Okay, this is a sex category. Okay. Scandalous. Are you a fan of the pull-out method?
Okay. I'm a fan. I don't rely on it though.
Okay. Smart. You got a little backup.
But now it's back on you.
Am I a fan of it? I would say no. I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
If I was in a relationship, maybe it would be a little different, but since I am solo dolo, it's a no for me, dog. It's a no.
Fails for a reason. So.
Right. It's true. Someone said, "Hella awkward."
You should have like a
yeah, I'll have a little button.
moment.
I can just press. All right, one more. You pick the last.
Okay, so we did relationships, we did sex. So now I'll do dating. This is awesome, by the way. I can't wait to bring this the cookouts.
Absolutely.
Okay, dating. This is a straightforward one. Ooh, and this is important to ask for dating, so I'm glad you have it here. But let me stop with the suspense. What is your type? Very straightforward.
See, you need to know. What is your type? Ooh, that's like a paragraph long answer. I mean, tall. Not that tall. Like 6 feet and above would be ideal.
How tall are you, if you don't mind me?
I'm 5'6".
Okay. Sometimes we have 4'11".
Right.
I need to be 6'4".
Right. You're like, okay, go have a seat. I would say 6 feet would be good. And then just someone who's ambitious and passionate, family oriented. Like, I want to be able to spend time with you, your family, and your friends and just feel a loving, supportive place. Like, of course, every family has, you know, the stuff, but that's really important to me. And someone who has a sense of adventure, likes to get out and travel and enjoy what life has to offer.
780.
My mom and my sister, rich. 780 credit score.
Oh,
Hilarious. Okay, what's your type?
okay. So my type is also tall, and I'm 5'10", so this is very important for me.
Yes.
So definitely taller than me, although I've dated guys my height. I've never dated anyone shorter than me than I can think of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're like
so I would say about 6'2", you know, I like
okay.
skin, love my black men. You know, I love when we have things in common. Like I live in the DMV now, but I moved here from the Atlanta area. So, you know, love that.
Mm-hmm.
Love someone who's been to an HBCU, preferably Morehouse College. Shout out to Morehouse men here.
Hey.
But honestly, even though this also sounds cliche, it's important to me because I'm a very serious person, and sometimes I need someone to balance that out. So I'm someone who is not just like humorous, but kind of like light. And the moments where I'm freaking out because things didn't go my way, they are just on chill mode to balance it out.
Gotcha. Right.
Yep.
That makes sense. Did you find that?
Oh yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Oh goodness, hilarious. Well, amazing. So this is your first time playing?
Yes, this was
Yes.
I can't wait to bring this to picnics, cookouts, everywhere, social distancing game nights.
Absolutely.
Not too far from Philly, so whenever you make that announcement, I can't wait to go to the game hall. You know?
Yes, that would be great. We're gonna have to make a little trip and head down there to see it in person once it is live. Exciting. But yeah, I want to play your game.
Okay.
Yours.
All right. So for those who are just joining, I'm the founder of Up Cards, the first Black collegiate card game that will give you nostalgia and make you go up.
Hey.
Like we talked about with Brittany earlier, whether you went to a PWI or an HBCU, this game is for you. So, all right. So I picked out a few cards in advance.
Okay.
And we're going to start like easy, and then it might get a little bit, you know, not too risque.
Okay.
Card game, like this is not a competition. It's just about getting to know people, reminiscing, all good vibes, and drinking, most importantly. And if you
doing that,
play with water.
There you go. I'm double fisting.
So I'll do this just like we did your game. So I'll pull a card, you can answer, and then people in the chat, like if you want to join us, request to join. We might request you to join, and if you are in your bonnet and don't feel like being on camera, just go ahead and decline. We won't feel a certain type of way, but we want to get interactive. Okay, so this question is a Black school pride question.
Mm-hmm.
Have you actually framed your diploma? And if so, where is it hanging? If not, where is it collecting dust?
Okay. I have framed my diploma. That is hilarious. I used to have it up on a bookshelf, but I recently moved. So it's currently just collecting dust in a box that I have not yet unpacked. And now I'm considering, do I really need this to be hanging up somewhere? Like, I'm a decade post-grad. Like, I know I graduated. It's fine. But when I was fresh out of college, oh, that thing was in a frame and it was on a wall. I was celebrating.
You frame it yourself, or I know your mom's in the chat. Did she get framed?
I framed it myself. I was so excited. I was proud of myself. Okay. Someone said, as long as I have pics on Facebook as proof, right? I'm with you there. The pics are the proof.
And so, question for you, Brittany. This will determine whether you pull up or not. Do you have more than one diploma? If so, pull up. No.
Just one.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Do you have more than one?
I have 2 degrees, but I got them at the same time.
Ah, what are your degrees in?
So my degrees are in public relations and international affairs. So
Ooh, exciting.
international was not exciting. Not at the anyway. I should have peeped game. Like, why am I doing this at UGA? But anyway, jazz it up a bit, which is why I added PR. But drop your degrees in the chat. Drop a drink emoji if you're pulling up because you have one diploma. But either way, shout out to us because Black excellence deserves to be celebrated. So
cheers to that.
All right. So for this next question, it's a Black school pride question. So share the top 3 schools in your opinion with the best homecomings.
Ooh. Oh man, best homecomings? I don't know. I'm just thinking about the movie Drumline. That's the best homecoming for me. That was like the closest I got. I went to one homecoming when I was a kid, and that was I think it was at TSU, Tennessee State. So my mom lives in Memphis, so I have a lot of family in Tennessee area. And so I went to one of their homecomings, and it was lit. But I'm coming from a little Michigan girl who went to, primarily white schools. And I was just like, wow, like this is so fun. The band was lit. The cheerleaders were lit. The dance squad was lit. I was like, this is amazing. So I would have to put them as number 1 because that was my experience. But I'm sure like North Carolina A&T, like I'm sure there's some folks. We're watching some folks on YouTube.
Paul. Yo.
Right. But I don't know. You tell me.
Okay, so
top 3.
This card you would have had to pull up if you named your school, but you did not. So you don't have to pull up on this one. I am going to name my school. So yes, hear me out. I did go to a PWI D1 school, really big on football. But when I was in school, I didn't really go to homecoming like that. I didn't really know where to go, tailgating, etc. But since I've graduated, the Black alumni at the University of Georgia have a dedicated area on campus where it's all tents, so all the Greek tents, the Black Alumni Association tents, everyone comes together. We have one dedicated DJ with a loudspeaker.
Ooh.
It's a great time. Like, we've had tailgate competitions. Like, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So I know people are like, yeah, whatever, your little PWI. I'm telling you, post-COVID, post-vax, come to UGA. We call it BUGA, Black UGA. Come to home, not be disappointed.
Okay, I'm going to have to check it out.
You have to. And then I'll say Howard, because I'm in the DMV. I've gone to Howard homecoming basically year, except for the COVID year. And then I'm going to say Spellhouse. I'll say Spellhouse.
Okay.
So shout out to Spellman and Morehouse if you're in
the Anybody went to those schools? Let us know.
Let us know. I think your mom said TSU number 1, Howard 2, and she did not say anyone for number 3.
There's no number 3.
Okay, I'm going to see if anyone wants to join to do this next one because it's a great debate. But if they don't want to join, we'll still answer this. So let's see. This is where people are like, don't call me now.
Don't call on me, right? In class, always.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay, we got a request.
Ooh.
Let's see. And I've never done like live with more than 2 people, so we'll see what happens and we don't get
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, I know I've been doing a lot in the chat. How are y'all doing today?
Doing great. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. I was like, you know what? I see 2 beautiful women in the live. I'm going to join it.
Smart.
And I support Black business. So shout out to y'all.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. joining. Want to share like where you live right now and what school do you rep?
Okay, well, as you can see, I rep Morehouse College. I'm from Atlanta, but I live in the DMV area as well. Shout out to PG County, Maryland, and I work in DC.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, but yeah, shout out to Morehouse, one of the best schools on earth for Black men, as you know. You can't really tell Morehouse man much. Oh no, I said it wrong. Don't worry about it. But no, shout out and we have the best homecoming. You're right. We have the best homecoming. So.
All right, I got a lot of homecomings I need to check out.
Line it up. Go ahead.
Right.
Facts. We're out there. Okay, so thank you for joining. So Brittany, you are going to debate this question with Ivan. Don't worry, it's not a super difficult question. And then we are going to have people in the chat choose who they think the winner is. And whoever loses has to vote. So basically, you have to make the case for this topic, no matter whether you believe it or not. So, what matters more, the band or sports? And once again, whoever loses the debate has to go up, and the chat will determine who the winner is. Brittany, I'm going to let you go first, and you can choose which one, but you gotta make your case.
All right, I'm gonna choose the band.
So, oh, come on now.
The band is the heart and soul. They keep everyone excited and elevated and energized. They allow for the game to, whether you're winning or losing, you still have something to look forward to. You still are there enjoying your time. Even if your team is, not getting those points, not racking up the score, you're still like, all right, well, at least let me wait until halftime to watch the band, because that's the show. So I think the band is really the soul of the school. And plus, I mean, my goodness, can you read music? That's hard to do. That is a difficult task. So you got to give it up to the technical skill that it takes to be able to play all of these instruments and meld it together into a beautiful, amazing experience. So the band. You just go ahead and drink. So
you gonna try to make the case for sports?
Yes, I got it. Okay, so I was gonna say band because I went to a great school that has a band. But speaking of Michigan State, just imagine you're at Michigan State football team and they're rival Michigan. The blue and yellow versus the white and green. I have family in Michigan. That rivalry right there. Oh my God. Yes, the band is cool. But after the band comes, the third quarter, fourth quarter, what's my boy name? Darquette's dinner. Denard, they call them no-fly zone. No one's throwing that way at Michigan State. Magic Johnson went to Michigan State. The rivalries. So come on now. Hey, sports is up there. It's up there.
I feel you. Sports is lit, especially at my school. Sports was amazing. But still, even though we had incredible band, the band was a huge part. Every time you have the band play the fight song, you just feel immense pride in your school. I mean, the team, they're not always going to give you that pride, but you can always rely on the band to give you that.
Draymond Green.
I love Dre.
Draymond Green. I'm sorry to cut you off, sister. Draymond Green is the truth. Michigan State, your school. Come on now.
Come on. I love Dre. He's by himself. We root for him. But Dre would also say the band. I actually did a show with him while we were in school, and he was like, wow, I thought what I did was hard, but what you do as musicians and being on stage is just incredible. I can never do this 8 times a week doing these shows. He was bound down to us. So I'm just going to let you know from himself. That's what he said.
All right. Well, I stand corrected. Let's let them decide.
All right.
I already saw 2 band in the chat, but comment in the chat. Who do you think wins this debate? Brittany voting for the band or Ivan voting for sports? Which matters more, band or sports? Put your vote in the chat and we will choose the winner.
I'll pull up, man.
Hey.
That was fun. was a great question.
Thank you, Ivan, for joining us. We're going to try to see if someone else might want to hop on for this next question.
Y'all take care now.
Appreciate you.
Take care. How do I, hold on.
I think you might have to click the X and completely go out, but come back.
Okay.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. That was hilarious.
That was so fun. I love the debate. That was hilarious.
I want to do at least one more question. This has been such a good time. I can't believe it's already been like 50 minutes.
I know. Time just flies.
That's what happens when you're playing Black-owned card games.
Yes. Having a good old time.
People are saying, "Oh, but Ivan was great." That's nice. A for effort. I also see that Black Game Makers is in the chat, and for whatever reason, I can't request people to join, but if y'all want to request for us to invite you, please feel free to let us know. And I think I'll get the notification like I did with Ivan to invite you up on the stage, but we'll see if they can join for this next question. If not, we'll make it the last because I'll be watching Married at First Sight at 8 o'clock.
Absolutely.
We'll see. Okay, so this next question is a fun one, and it'll be to hear what you say because you live in New York now, but you went to Michigan State. So the question is, what school has the most obnoxious alumni? And this is technically a great debate question. So since it's the both of us here, I'll let you choose and then I'll choose another school. So this is kind of a messy question, but which school has the most obnoxious alumni?
I feel like the most obnoxious, maybe I'm biased, but I'm going to have to go with Michigan.
Oh,
because I have two brothers that are Michigan alum. And they just love to try to rub it in my face all the time. Oh, Michigan men. Oh, we just hit different. They love to say little stuff like that. They love to do their little fight song, blah, blah, blah. So for me, Michigan is the most annoying.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting. So I'm going to say, I do see a lot of Michigan flags in the DMV everywhere, like huge. Okay, I see people saying Yale. Okay, U of M, Notre Dame. Okay, so I'm not going to say what I initially was going to say because I don't want people getting their feelings. What I'm going to say instead is the most obnoxious alumni I've ever met are the University of Alabama alumni, or also known as the Crimson Tide, also known as Roll Tide. That's how obnoxious.
Yes.
Go
oh my
by
God,
multiple,
you're right.
Like. And because they win a lot and because they've won a lot of championships or whatever, they are just not humble at all. They're the worst at games. They're usually the most drunk and obnoxious. And half the time, they probably are Republicans. So.
Just keep it real. Just keep it real.
Republican in the era of Trump, I should specify.
Right.
But either
right.
So that's
no, you have a good point. I went to a Miami trip once and they happened to be playing their bowl game at the same time. I was unaware that this was happening and they were just so annoying. Roll Tide, roll. I was like, all right, we get it, y'all.
we don't even the winner on that one. I think we both agreed. Michigan, yeah. Alabama, yeah.
Just put them in a pile. Y'all can go home. Someone said Ole Miss alums are sickening too.
I don't know why. I don't know why Ole Miss. Why?
Yeah, what they do? What they got going on?
Oh my gosh, they fight after every Auburn Alabama game. I can understand that if I were Auburn. I can understand that. So that was the last round for us. This is amazing, Brittany. Before we close out, just one, want to see if you have anything you'd like to share, and two, if you can remind people how they can get your game and how they can stay up to date with what's next.
Yes. So first of all, thank you so much. This was amazing. This was so much fun. I love playing your game. Your game is so fun. And you can definitely go on hellaawkward.com and purchase my game. I would love the support. And of course, follow us on Instagram and all the other socials. We're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter sometimes, but it's at Hella Awkward Cards on social. So stay connected.
Yes. Any final words? Anything else you'd like to share?
Support Black business and pull up
Yes.
to that. Yes.
Pull up to supporting Black business. Thank you all so much for joining. This has been such a good time. Keep an eye out for more lives like this. This was so much fun. And one day, you know, post-vax, hopefully we'll be able to get together in person and make something happen.
Yes, that would be amazing. I'm so down.
Yes. All righty. Well, Brittany, it was so nice talking to you. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and have a good night.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.